back. Time for the Law and You, sponsored by Gigan Giancola. And join with us now, the gang is back together.
Yes, it's been a while. Vacations, going around, just busy with work.
Busy summer, yeah. We got Michael Gig and Christopher Giancola, both attorneys with The Practice, which you guys specialize in a bunch of stuff together.
Yes, I do, of course, personal injury, workers' compensation, Social Security, disability. Mike does our wills, trusts, estates, and real estate.
Yeah, you guys make a great team. Mike, we've got a question for you this morning. It comes to us, it says, I'm a beneficiary of my father's estate and my sibling is the executor. He's not keeping the family informed of what's going on, and the estate has been open for over a year now. Is it normal for an estate to take this long, and how will I know when I'm getting my inheritance?
Yeah, so this is a good question. Something we hear often with, how the estate is taking so long. How long is this going to take? It's been open, like in this case, for a year now. So in all honesty, the thing that takes a lot of times the longest, one is if there's real estate involved, if you got to clean out the house and get it ready for sale and sell it and everything, that can oftentimes delay it several months. But in all honesty, the thing that makes it last at least maybe 9 to 12 months is that when you file, because eventually you have to file what's called an inheritance tax return, it takes the state, the PA Department of Revenue, 4 or 5, it was even taking up to 6 months for them to review it, and then they'll send, as attorney for the estate, they'll send us a document either approving it or saying there's additional tax owed or something was reported wrong. So oftentimes, half of that time could be just the state, you're not really doing anything, you're waiting for the state to review it. So having an estate last over a year like that is not really too out of the ordinary. I will say a common complaint when families are involved with an estate and maybe one person is named an executor is keeping everyone else informed. And oftentimes you see there's family dynamics that come out. We've mentioned that numerous times, that they kind of use that, they don't inform their other siblings maybe because there's other gripes beyond what the estate was. It's been going on for years, and they don't keep them informed. So what I tell them is, listen, the executor, if I'm handling the estate, the executor themselves that's my client. If people call in, though, at least this is what I do. If family members call in and say, because we send notice out to them that, hey, you're a beneficiary named in the will, I'll talk to them and answer their questions and update them. Some people don't do that. Some people say, hey, you got to get your own attorney to reach out to me. I oftentimes, if some family member that's beneficiary calls in, I'll talk to them and say, hey, we got to do this. We're looking to sell the house. We're still trying to find these things. Then we're going to be filing, because most people don't know the process, and I'll just tell them what the process is, and when they realize, oh, it's going to take this many months, then at least they know. But that's a common thing that I hear from other people, that are just beneficiaries is, why is this taking so long, and why won't the executor tell me what's going on?
Yeah.
So over a year, it's not really out of the ordinary. It takes time, but as I would say, if you are an executor, unless there's other dynamics there, you should try to keep other family members, apprised of what's going on. But eventually, even once you get the inheritance tax return back, you got to file an accounting. That can take a month or two. So it usually takes over a year, even in the most routine estates.
And do you typically encourage executors to inform the other parties, or the beneficiaries?
I do.
But you can only go so far.
Well, and a common thing I'll hear, and it's usually in the first, I will ask about the family dynamics. I'll ask, do you talk to your brother or sister? And, there's maybe a lot of times there's a sibling, we haven't talked for 20 years, whatever. Or the executor will come out and say, listen, I don't want to talk to any of them, you'll have to do it. And I say, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you do that part?
Sure, yeah. And they tell me, and I do, and they don't really talk to them too much, and we do it that way. But every case is different.
Well, yeah, because there are family members that are estranged, and it does seem like one of those situations where people are like, ooh, I have all the power. Be nice to me or else.
Yeah.
Right? Or people are sucking up to certain family members because they know what, and they got their hand out. They got a line out that, they're ready. And you're saying it doesn't really really happen that
Yeah,
quickly.
you see, unfortunately, a lot of the, the bad relationships they had for years. Once someone passes, they kind of use the estate as a hammer against the other family members. But that's, as an attorney, though, you gotta, you act as the go-between, and I don't mind doing that. So if they don't want to talk to their other family members and say, hey, you inform them, we do that. So.
Well, that's why I guess the whole concept of an attorney was invented, because people can't play nice.
Yep.
Right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, thank you guys. If people need to sort things out of that nature, what's the best way to give you guys a call or reach out?
Please give us a call at 814-946-1606 or go to gig-law.com.